Welcome to Ascending with Venus Castleberg, a space where we explore the journey of spiritual awakening, expanding your consciousness and raising your frequency to create a whole new world. We'll dive into the possibilities that open up when you choose to follow the whispers and trust your inner knowing. Each episode is designed to guide you in expanding your awareness, tuning into your intuition, and discovering the magic of your life every day. We'll talk about living aligned with your soul's purpose, going beyond limitations, and creating a life and a world worth celebrating. You are here to embrace who you truly are and step into the infinite potential that's waiting for you. Let's ascend together. And now, here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas Eve to all of you out there. So nice to see you and be here with you. Unfortunately, life happens, and so we are not live today. We are pre-recording this one, but please still feel free to comment, ask questions, anything that you can leave in the comments, and I will visit it as soon as I am able and reply to any questions you might have. But yeah, welcome. Christmas time can be kind of interesting. It's like there are times, I can even just talk about for myself where like I was really excited about Christmas and lots of pendulum swing, emotions and feelings. I have always been somebody who particularly liked Christmas. And to be honest with you, I'm an only child. So I had lots to look forward to. And I grew up in kind of what they call a middle class sort of family. So it wasn't, we weren't destitute, but we weren't rich. But we had, stuff and I often got, things that I asked for. And then I've had since then, since a child, I have had Christmases when, there were no gifts and things were a little tight and a little tough. And just making a choice to not do gifts because of whatever finances or whatever. And then I've had times where I would get so wound up around Christmas, like I'd get really, really, really excited about Christmas. I'd almost spin out a little bit. And then as soon as it was over, there was like this crash and this like emotional low because I love, I would get so much in the buildup of Christmas that then when Christmas was over, it was like, well, what do I have to look forward to now? And there's a couple things I want to say and I want to bring to the table today. One of the things that I'm really starting to realize at my age is Christmas is, and whether you're religious or not, I think that sometimes we lose sight of what Christmas is all about. And I'm not even talking the religious side of it, although that's a really big piece, right? But it's like Christmas to me, I remember when I was, really young and I'm an only child, but my mom's one of 8. So I had lots of aunts and uncles and cousins and in the mix. And our family Christmas, like the memories that stand out the most weren't the presents. Sure, the presents were cool, but that was like as a family going around and doing things for the neighbors or going around the neighborhood and singing Christmas carols with my whole family. Like those are the kind of memories that really stand out to me the most, was like when we were actually contributing to others, when we were actually gifting to others, And again, it's not necessarily about the stuff. I know a lot of people kind of balk at Christmas in general nowadays because it is very commercialized and it is very about the stuff, right? But Christmas isn't. That's not what it's been for me. And I've had both ends of the spectrum. Don't worry. So there were times when it was still about that what's in it for me sort of energy. What can I get? And I think if we could look at more, what can we gift? What can we give? What can we contribute to others? And it doesn't have to be a lot. It's like it doesn't require money. Sure, money will buy things and you can, contribute to more angel trees or whatever it is. But, there's this time of year, there's people that don't have family. There's people that don't have people that they get to hang out with, or that they get to somebody to give them a hug, right? So what I have always loved about the holidays has been the joy and the enjoyment, the lights, and I love giving gifts, and I've had times when I couldn't do that. So it was like, okay, but what can I do? What can I contribute to the people that I care about that doesn't require money, that doesn't require things? Sometimes it's just a thought, like, hey, I thought of you and I gave you a call, or I'm sending you a big hug, or maybe you can reach out to them and maybe you can actually see them. Maybe some of you are fortunate enough to hang out with your friends and your family and you can see them. And if you can see them, then you can give them a hug, right? So I don't know. I'm this year particularly, I'm feeling a little bit more nostalgic and just really kind of touched by how much it means to people to just be there for them. Interesting, I was just at a wedding in North Carolina last weekend, beautiful wedding, and it was on a property that had cabins, and we were all going for a hike up to the waterfalls, right? We're going to go see the waterfall. Well, I grew up in Alaska, and so hiking is second nature to me. I love hiking. I love being outdoors. It's easy for me. And we got to like this kind of creek crossing, and I could tell like they didn't have experience with it, and so they were doing it very difficult. They were having a very difficult time crossing this creek. And it didn't really dawn on me crossing the creek, but then when we were coming back, I was like, okay, why don't I help them see how to cross a creek, like what to look for, right? Because they were looking for like branches and everything was wet and damp and slippery and stuff like that, right? So but I was like, maybe they don't even know what to look for. And so then I was showing my friends, I was like, just look, we want to look for flat rocks. It might look like there's water going over them, but there's not going to be a lot of water going over flat rocks. And flat rocks don't tend to tip. They're not usually slippery. And that water is so minor, if there is some, that it's not necessarily going to get your shoes wet. But, we're so used to like trying to like stay out of the water, right? Instead of going, oh, I think I actually might get less wet if I do the flat rock thing than if I'm walking on a slippery log and I slip and now my foot's completely immersed in the cold water. But it's little things like that are, I guess some people call them like random acts of kindness. Like when you take a moment to do something nice for somebody else, that helps them and maybe teaches them something that would help them get through the creek on their own next time without getting wet. But I use that as an example because I could just see how much it contributed and how kind it was for them and how well it was received. And that doesn't require money, you know? I think money is an amazing tool, and you guys hear me talk about it often. I'm an advocate for you charging what you're worth. And then some, but sometimes we get out of the acts of service or the random acts of kindness because we think that we need money to be able to do something nice for somebody else. And it's not actually true, right? So if you don't have Christmas gifts to open in the morning, that's okay. You can give the gift of you, like your presence, your contribution, whatever it is. It could, I've been a massage therapist for years, so it could be a massage, right? It could be a hug. It could be helping somebody across the creek. It could be helping somebody, right? Like we all see it. I think most of us see like the homeless people on the street, and sure, a lot of times they're asking for money, but it's okay if you don't have money. Do you have a Snickers bar in your purse? Right? Do you have some food? Because a lot of those signs nowadays just say hungry. And I'm like, well, if I don't have any money, maybe I can bring them some food. Right? But the point being, I guess, of all this is that there is a gift that you are that only you can give. And it's not even necessarily what you do. It's not even necessarily what you say. It's not even necessarily what you give. It's who you are. It's who you be. And there's this presence that you are. When people are around you, there's something that they feel when they're around you. They might feel calm. They might feel joyful. They might feel more happy. They might feel lighter. They might actually feel out of pain for a little while, like physical pain. Some of you are like massive healers, and you know it. Like you get around somebody and they're like, wow, I feel better. My joints don't hurt right now. You don't have to tell them that that's you. You can if you want. How cool would it be if we were all walking around acknowledging the gift that we are? You might have heard me say this, but I'm somebody who relaxes a room. So if a room is like really anxious and there's lots of tension in the air, I tend to relax a room when I come into the room. People relax around me. That's a gift and a capacity that I am. I'm not doing anything. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not, even like helping those people across the creek. I wasn't thinking about I'm gonna go contribute to these people. No, no, I just did it, and then afterwards I was like, oh, that was really cool. And believe it or not, I had a thought of, because I wanted to keep hiking, and then there was a thought there where I was like, no, actually I'd like to help people back across the creek. So I made a choice not to continue hiking on my own and to go help them across this creek. Now, I'm not saying this out of ego and then I want, you to think highly of me or something like that. That's not the point. The point is just if I can acknowledge those places where I've been a contribution, then I know you can too. And if you start to acknowledge where you are a contribution and what you do for people and the way that you change things for them just by being you, just by being around them, by giving them a hug when they're having a tough day, by being the one that makes them laugh when, maybe they're not in laughing mood, right? That's a gift. If you can make somebody laugh and they're having a bad day, that's a huge capacity. I think it's an amazing gift. I particularly like that one. My husband can do that for me. So yeah, what kind of things? Like ways of being do you bring just by being you? It's a gift. And it's a gift that comes naturally to you and doesn't require a formula or a cognitive thought even, because you just be it naturally. You are it. And that contribution that you are is such a gift, right? If everybody could get the gift that they are in the world, we would be living a different world right now. It would be a different planet. Feel into that. Feel into or acknowledge, perceive, maybe not feelings are a physical thing, but maybe you can perceive, like, what happens to people when they're around you? Do they get happy? Do they feel seen? Do they relax? Do they laugh? Do they just seem lighter? One of the greatest ways that I know to actually grow our capacities is to acknowledge them. So if you can acknowledge the capacity that you have to relax people, then it will get even greater. If you can acknowledge the capacity you have to lighten somebody's world, that capacity can get even greater. So on this Christmas Eve, I'm going to give you a little bit of a home play, homework, if you will. You're like, homework? What? This was one of, there's been a few different tools that I've used, but this was one of the tools that I used to really change my thoughts about myself. Because we all have negative thoughts about ourselves, our bodies, just beliefs. A long time ago, I had a friend ask me, would you date you? And I was like, I instantly said no. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Why wouldn't I date me? It's an interesting reaction. So from after that, I started really looking at, well, where did that come from? Do I really think I'm that awful, bad, mean of a person? And so Dr. Dane here had recommended that I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for about me every single day. Now, as somebody who loves gratitude and finds things to be grateful for all the time, finding 3 things to be grateful for about me was a little tougher. I definitely had to work on that. I had to spend some time doing it. I did it consistently for about 1.5 years. But I will say that a couple of things happened. At first, it was hard to find 3 things to be grateful for about me. I struggled. I didn't really like myself, which I found very interesting. Like, I don't really know where I stopped liking myself. But somewhere along the line, I did some things that weren't that great. And so I stopped liking myself. So we've all done things that weren't great, right? Okay. So we can hold on to that or believe that that's innately who we are. I'm going to tell you a little trick. This is your Christmas Eve trick. And a little trick is you are naturally, there's a mantra in Access Consciousness called all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. You are naturally ease, joy, and glory. Like, that's who you innately are at the core of your being. Ease, joy, and glory. Glory means exuberant expression of life. You are an exuberant expression of life. And just think about your childhood. There was a time when you had exuberant expression of life. And then something happened along the way and you stopped having that exuberant expression of life. But that doesn't mean it's not still innately who you are. It's still not in your core. Somewhere along the line, something happened, and then you started to buy that you were that, right? Maybe you lied, or maybe you did something not nice, or maybe you cheated on a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, whatever you did. But then you made yourself wrong and bad, and as if being wrong and bad was who you innately are. No, you're still innately ease, joy, and glory. You just then put, crap on top. It's almost like you, your ease, joy, and glory, and then you put smeared crap all over your face and your body and said, no, I am this crap. No, you just wash the crap off. You're actually ease, joy, and glory underneath. You're still a beautiful, bright being, regardless of what's happened to you, regardless of what you've done. You are still a spark. You are still that gift. You are still that light that's underneath. That light never goes away. We just hide it in crap. We just hide it in judgment. We just hide it in wrongness, and we buy other people's points of view, and we just, we like smear it on top. That doesn't mean that that's who we are. It's just the mask that we've put on. So you can go take a shower off the crap. You could take the mask off. You can just be like, and just remember who you truly are. Remember the gift that you are. There was a time, even if it wasn't recently, but there was a time in your life, at least once, at the bare minimum, that you were being you, the total gift you are, the brilliance, the talent, the spark, the light, the joy, the ease, the glory. You were all of those things. You were being you, 100% you. And you were changing, I'd like to say millions of lives around you, because you were. Because the light that you are, when you're being you, when you're being the gift that you are, when you're being that gift, the ripple effect, you affect the people immediately around you, sure, but then it ripples out to the people that they know, and then the people that they know, and the people that they know. So there's this drop in the ocean, right, that creates the ripples. That's you. You are, actually, now they say that you're the drop and the ocean at the same time. But the ripples are the thing that create the change in the world. Some of you may have heard this, but a butterfly flapping its wings. I don't know the science. This is a scientific fact, but I don't know the scientific words to say it. But basically, a butterfly flapping its wings in Africa can cause a tsunami in another country, thousands of miles away, right? So that really, or a hurricane, whatever, it doesn't matter. Again, I'm not scientific. I just know the facts, is that the butterfly wings, it's called the butterfly effect, can change the weather in another country. That's you. You're the butterfly. And I think, and maybe, please feel free to comment and share. And please, yes, what I'd love for you guys to be sharing right now is comment and share, what gifts and capacities do you know that you have? What are some things that you're grateful for about you? What can you acknowledge about you today? I'd love to see that in the comments. Because you are such a gift, right? And you're the butterfly. But I think a lot of us, because we don't see, and I have this too sometimes, it's like, I know I'm a butterfly and I'm changing things in another country, but I don't necessarily see the change that happens in the other countries. So then it's kind of like that out of sight, out of mind. Then I'm like, oh, well, maybe nothing's happening because I can't see the difference I'm making, right? So I'm here today to tell you, you are making a difference. You are contributing. You are, every time you laugh. I remember, I think it was Peter Pan. I think it might have been Peter Pan, where they said that like every time you say you believe in fairies, right? And then if you say you don't believe in fairies, the fairies die. Great movie, It's a Wonderful Life. If you don't think about the impact, this is a great, actually interesting, I just realized this, but It's a Wonderful Life is the butterfly effect, right? It's a great example of the butterfly effect and how you change people's lives. I think I'm gonna have to watch that today. But in there, the angel says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, right? So it's like, so then every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. So it's like this, like, what is just the magic in the things that we say, the things that we believe, the things that we, like the butterfly effect, like the change that so if a bell rings and an angel gets its wings, is it the bell ringing that the angel gets its wings? Or is it the belief that the bell rings that the angel gets its wings? Something to think about. But more than that, the point of that was more just like, you are changing things. You are contributing to people. You are gifting people. I mean, if you think about it this way, how cool would it be if an angel gets its wings every time a bell rings? Then maybe go get a bell. And then you can be the one that's constantly giving angel wings. Well, it seems fun to me. Something fun to do. Anyway, so yes, you are a gift, exactly the way you are and exactly the way you're not. And if you could take some time every day, this maybe could be a New Year's resolution or a New Year's target. It doesn't have to be a resolution, right? Because resolutions don't usually last that long, but maybe something that you take on is to write down 3 things that you're grateful for every day for the year of 2025. And see if at the end of 2025, you don't like yourself a little bit more. You don't think better of yourself a bit more. I definitely like myself a lot more than I used to. And I actually see my kindness in my heart, and I like who I am. And I love who I am. And I couldn't always say that. But unwrapping the gift of you is not something anybody else can do for you. It's something that you have to do for you. You don't have to, but you could do it for you. And it starts with finding things to acknowledge about yourself and be grateful for. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone sharing what they're grateful for about them and anything that you're acknowledging about you. I'd love to see that in the comments. We'll take a short break here, and then we're going to come back and have a meditation to help unwrap the gift of you.
Om Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be. By putting your message across our powerful platform, with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward, everyone. Before I forget, because I was just about to forget, and I was like, oh, right. So next week on the 31st, it's actually before our show, our weekly show, we are having a free webinar. It's called Bloom. It's how to have a spirit-led life and business. It's a totally free webinar. We'd love to have you. We will drop the link to register for the free webinar in the comments below, but would love to have you for that. That's next Tuesday, the 31st. So it's all about blooming where you're planted. So yeah, let's have a little bit of a guided visualization. If you are driving, please don't close your eyes and save this for later. Otherwise, you can close your eyes and just start by feeling your feet on the floor. Breathe in, exhale out. Maybe breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And relax. Relax your body, relax your mind. Just relax. Be in the present moment. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Relax and let go. Relax and let go of yesterday. Relax and let go of tomorrow. Right here, right now. Enjoy this moment. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Relax, let go. Breathe in, exhale out. Sometimes the simple act of just breathing and focusing on our breath allows us to become present in the moment. There's nowhere else to be but right here, right now. Breathe in, exhale out. And just for fun, let's imagine that it's Christmas morning. And you know that there's this amazing gift downstairs for you. So you wake up excited and happy and looking forward to going downstairs. Before you head downstairs, you're looking around the room that you're in. And on the walls are these pictures of these really amazing moments of your life. Remembering the people's lives you changed through the pictures you see. And just enjoy one image at a time, remembering that moment. And then you move on to the next image you see on the wall. And you just remember. Maybe it looks to you in these images like that person that's there is contributing to you. But also notice what a contribution you're being to them just by being you. And then another image with another person. Maybe you're young, maybe you're older. But just notice the energy that you're being with them in that moment. And then you see another image. Again, it may seem like they're contributing to you, but you are beaming. There is such an energy that you be, such a joy and a gift that you're being for them right now. And as you see these images and you see the energy that you are, that you innately are, that you're being, that you have been, feel the cells in your body begin to remember, to wake up, to realize that energy that you have always been. And maybe there's another image that you're drawn to. And maybe remember your power that you were in that moment. With a brilliant light, with joy. And just feel those cells in your body wake up and remember to light up, to be infused with that energy once again. This grand and glorious remembrance of who you truly are at the very core of your being. And then you decide to leave the room that you have been enjoying those memories in. And at the top of the stairs, you meet somebody who means a lot to you. Maybe they still have a body, maybe they don't. But they give you a big hug and tell you how proud they are of you. And tell you you should be proud of yourself. Look at how far you've come and all that you've accomplished. And who you are in your heart. Maybe there's somebody else who wants to come and say hello and give you a hug. And tell you thank you. Thank you for seeing the light in others. Thank you for finding the silver lining in the clouds. Thank you for being you. And then you see these stairs. And as you slowly walk down the stairs, you notice to your left there is a wall. And there's a wall of pictures and pictures and pictures of so many people. This is a wall of remembrance, of remembering all the lives that you have impacted, all of the lives that you have changed, all the lives that you have, all the people that you have made laugh and brought joy to. all the people that you hugged when they needed a hug. And you just take a look at this wall and see that there are thousands of pictures, some small, some big, many of varying sizes, filling this wall with the lives that you have directly changed in some way. And maybe there are some blank frames as well. And the blank frames are just the spaces for all the people's lives you are still yet to change. But allow every fiber of your being to remember every life. It could be animals too. Maybe there's even some plants. You have touched so many beings' lives. And the picture frames even flip so that more pictures and more beings and more people. It's endless. Some you recognize, some you don't. And then when you're ready, you're going down the stairs and you come around the corner and there's this beautiful tree. And whether you celebrate Christmas or not, just see it as a Christmas tree. And next to this Christmas tree, as big as this Christmas tree, is this huge wrapped box with a very big bow on top. It's as tall as the tree. And on it is a tag. And the tag has your name on it. And it says, "This is the gift you are in the world." And with a gentle tug, you pull on the bow, and the bow loosens and lets go, and the box opens as if by magic. And you perceive this amazing energy inside. You know this energy. You are this energy. But for the first time, maybe you see this energy. You can perceive it. You can feel it. It's bright. It's oh so bright. And it's beautiful. It's radiant. It's light. And it shines everywhere. And you remember yourself as a light being, without all the heaviness in this world, without the wrongness, the judgments, the fear. You are this amazing brilliance. It is such a gift to the world. You don't have to do or give or cognitize what you're doing. Just be it. Live it. Just see yourself stepping into that energy. You already are it, but somewhere along the line, you just forgot. So allow yourself to step into that brilliance, that radiance, that knowing. And see how your light, the gift of you, touches everyone and everything around you. And even beyond that, the light of a star shines light years away. We can still see its light, its twinkle, its tejas. Tejas means divine luster. We can see it all these many light years away. You are a star. You are touching many beings light years away just by shining and being. And even on days that are difficult days, you're still a light in the darkness for so many. Let your light shine. Some people forget, many of us forget who we truly are. But just because we forget doesn't mean we actually stop shining. A star's light doesn't go out when the star forgets that it's a star. Your light doesn't go out when you forget that you're a star. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Just feeling that light radiate out from your heart to the far reaches of the universe. Remembering the gift that you are. Remembering the gift that you came here to be. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Beginning to feel your fingers and your toes, maybe wiggling your toes, touching your fingers, maybe even rubbing your hands together. Slowly opening the eyes, remembering who you truly are. That's beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for doing that with me. I really, truly, I guess my wish for you is that you always remember who you truly are, even when things are not going as great as you'd like them to be, that you still remember the gift you are. And we can be that gift in the world, even when things aren't great, and invite other people to be the same, to be themselves. Thank you for the gift you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Merry Christmas.